Please be seated. This court resumes.
Right, now you're on the former oath, Constable.
Sorry, I made a recharge this one. Just need to be logged in.
Again, if you need to move to the bench, do so. Thank you.
Sorry, I made a recharge. Do I need to rejoin the clip she has done it?
So what are you going to do?
It's pretty now, Mark.
Is this ready to go now?
Yes, Mark.
Cool. Continue with the questions.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. There we go.
Thank you.
Just to continue on questions, at which point did I become disorderly, if at all? At what point?
It was Senior Constable Huddy started directing you in relation to the phone, giving you instructions and directions, you arguing your points, things started to escalate in regards to your behaviour.
Was that affecting the general public? Not questioning my rights?
I can't speak on the general public, but from my perception, yes, that had already affected staff, whether it's staff, and based on our interaction, I can see things were getting quite dramatic.
It's after she had launched that room to try and grab my phone. So you're saying, so at that point, will I become disorderly, was when she launched that me to grab my phone? Or was it when we were conversating?
No, I think it was around that time when you went following the instructions of...
So I can just speak up, mate?
Sorry. So it was around about the time when you went following the instructions of Constable Hardy, Senior Constable Hardy, sorry.
Instructions being, can you remember?
Basically not to record her, to move from my recollection.
Why did you ask Senior Constable Hardy if she wishes for arrest?
Because from my point of view, that in order to deal with the matter at the time, I was asking whether or not we're going to deal with you under arrest or different process.
Is that common police procedure to arrest someone to deal with their questioning?
We can. Sorry, can you say the question?
Sorry, we can try and make it simple. Is that common police procedure to arrest someone because they're questioning the instructions?
No.
So, yeah.
And that's, like, I was basically trying to determine which pathway are we taking in terms of dealing with you.
Even though we were conversating quite well?
Yes.
Do you not have the ability to arrest someone by yourself?
Myself?
Like your own judgment? I mean, you're a constable, aren't you?
Yes.
You're a trained police officer?
Yes.
So that's not
Very capable. I'm very capable.
You're very capable. Right. Is it acceptable for an officer to pull apart a person who is handcuffed, arms apart, and cause pain?
Sorry, you have to be a bit more specific.
Yeah, sorry, that's all we're going to throw in.
Are you saying that that's, you can ask him about what happened on the day, but you can't ask a sort of general question like that?
Make it more specific?
Yes, does it relate to yourself?
For myself.
You describing what happened to you?
Correct. Like with the arrest, you had me one side, she had me one side, and it's like you guys were different motions, like you were pulling me, so then that caused the effect for me to pull her, if you know what I mean.
That's not what happened.
Well,
I don't believe. Well, you can interpret the way, but
I'm just going off of the footage we're showing.
yeah, my interpretation was I had one arm, Sherry had the other arm.
Well, that's what I'm saying, it's a to and fro. Like you pulling that one side and she's holding on that side.
But
So
yeah, you were resisting, were you not? Did you not tighten?
to all the way to the car. All the way to the car.
No, so which
Just
part are you
slowly,
talking
just
about?
slowly.
Yeah.
Don't keep interrupting. Let him finish his answer.
Yeah.
And he will then allow you to finish your question.
Okay.
You asked a question on
So like all the way to the car. I mean, the initial arrest, from my understanding of what I know of my rights, it was an unlawful arrest. But after I was handcuffed, when we walked into the car, was I still resisting?
You were handcuffed, but as you saw in the video, as we were walking you down, your body moved, which dragged Constable Hardy.
Well, that's what I'm saying, the to and fro, like 15 minutes and 27 seconds, please. That's what I'm sort of saying, the to and fro effect.
Just pause while counsel.
Yeah.
If you're talking,
And be quiet because you need to listen to the, as you found the right sector.
It's 15 minutes, 27 seconds.
Yeah.
Thank you. So right there, is that still resisting arrest? Is that what you... Because what I'm saying is that you're stating she's trying to reach for the car. Is that still resisting? That's what I'm saying, it's a to and fro effect.
so can you put that in the question? Because if you're asking me to describe to you...
Well, is it acceptable for an officer to pull apart the arms that are handcuffed? Like I was handcuffed there, you see her reaching the car, you're stable,
Yeah.
and that, so, that's what I'm saying, is it, you should have let go of me, you still had hold of me.
This is talking about the,
Well, I was talking about the arrest, you said I was resisting arrest, up until one point.
you were resisting, but we're also talking prior events.
Because it's unlawful. Because I deem that unlawful, the arrest.
Well, that's a matter though, that's going to be decided, isn't it, whether the arrest was lawful or not. But what you're really asking the witness questions about is what he was doing at the
Oh,
time
sorry, I'm just
on the
trying to
video.
explain, yeah, just trying to explain.
And why was he doing what he was doing? If you were saying that you were, you know, not being resistant in any way, and the reason for it all was because you've been pulled in two directions. Is that really what you're saying?
Yes.
So perhaps you might like to rephrase the question. So there is, so what they say, you were saying, they're saying was resisting, was in fact you've been pulled by two policemen in the opposite direction, is it?
Correct.
You may not be able to answer that question.
Yeah, you're talking about like,
fair enough.
He can say what
He's
he
talking
did.
specifically
He can
about the
say what he
situation.
did. He can answer what he was
Yeah,
doing.
that's why I played the video, I think I tried to make it clear for the officer here.
Well, you might, well, let him watch it again, and you indicate at what point you say something's happened.
Yeah. Okay, we'll move on from that one. Can you describe the process for trespassing a person from the airport?
First, you're basically told that you're trespassed.
Is that the verbal?
Yep. And then you're given reasonable time to trespass.
Could I just, yeah,
Sorry, can I finish? Or-
And you can finish the answer, and then you can answer it. So.
yeah.
So you're given a reasonable time, but if it's not practical to do so, then that reasonable time is, you know, questioned, and depending on what action needs to be taken at the time, that's again comes down to the police cumulative assessment of one or both officers.
Right, okay. So reasonable time, what would you deem reasonable time like?
So it's not like a time period, it's like
So
depending on what's happening at that time.
Yeah.
Okay, if you were complying with the officer, then and there was clear communication, there wasn't any, you know, anything else which was, you know, affecting the decision at the time, then yeah, it's whatever is reasonable to affect the outcome, I guess. And yeah, just things just escalated very fast, that's all.
What are the steps for concluding someone's disorderly?
Is that after arrest, post arrest, or?
Just why I was arrested. This was it disorderly behaviour.
So, based on what was happening, your behaviour at the time we were assessing it had escalated to a point you were arguing against the directions that were given by, you know, Senior Constable Hardy. You were listening to the directions. You were argumentative. We were in a, you know, around other members of the public at the time. And based on what Constable Hardy had decided, I supported whatever actions she took. So she trespassed you, arguments carried on. You weren't cooperative, even moving, asking me just to move to the side. Again, we didn't comply. time. Constable Hardy arrested you, placed a handcuff on you. You resisted arrest in relation to us trying to handcuff you by taking your arms. I can see things you were getting angry. We were in a place where it wasn't a good place to actually, use force to a level where things may get out of hand. So I made the decision to remove you outside. Okay, removed you outside, and again, Constable Hardy tried to handcuff you or maintain control of the other arm. And again, it was cooperative in relation to what we were trying to achieve, even after you being advised you being arrested. And then I think during the conversation as well, I made a mention that you were resisting. And then after that, I believe that you cooperated and just put your arms at the back and you were handcuffed.
Just need to end this piece of paper. This outlines the sort of behaviour.
Can you just tell us what the document is?
It's just the guidelines for the New Zealand Police, which we've
Well, maybe the council will want to see it. I'm just asking the registrar to come out.
Page 14.
I've got one thing.
Yes, but I'm concerned with that same document. You the one there.
A non-highlighted copy, you said? Was that the same? Yes. Right.
That page there outlines the disorderly behaviour. Could you read that out, please?
Well, no, it doesn't have to because it's
Can I
already
read it?
been.
That just outlines the disorderly
Well, you
behaviour.
can read it out if you want to. You don't ask her to read it out.
Under your guidelines there, disorderly behaviour is behaviour seriously disruptive of public order. It must cause a disturbance of public good order in which in particular circumstances of time and place any affected members of the public could not reasonably be expected to endure because of its intensity and or its duration. So that's why I referred back to at what point did I become disruptive or disorderly. You said it was during the time when Cherie had lunch at me to grab my phone is when I become disorderly.
So if we're just taking it based on those events in yes, but when I saw other stuff, that had been done prior to that, some other videos. So
So did you see that on your way to the station or?
So to answer your question,
Yes.
yes, answer the question.
Am I obliged to follow your instructions?
No, you're not obliged to follow my instructions.
So, was your colleague's actions escalating or aggravating to me?
That's a question for you to answer.
Did they appear to be aggravating me?
Yes. to that, we didn't know what action we had done prior to us when we came to.
Sorry, can you?
So remember, we got called to the job of being a disability male filming other people at the lounge. So based on that information, we're just putting it into context. So that's just part of the information.
That's understandable.
But they acknowledge what you were saying.
When we were compensating, I wasn't disorderly, correct?
Not at the time.
When you engaged me,
That's right.
I wasn't disorderly.
Yeah.
You stated uncooperative and argumentative, or was I defending myself against your colleague assaulting me?
It was being argumentative. That's why I deem as argument, because you stating your opinion.
I'm stating my rights.
Stating your opinion, your rights, your opinion.
My rights to record in public.
If that's part of your arguments.
It wasn't an argument. I was stating facts.
So based on what and the tone was said to me, I interpret that as argument.
Tone, what tone was said to
So
you?
it was a very aggressive, loud tone.
Also, I was yelling.
It was pretty loud.
To you when we were conversating?
Not to me, but as things progressed.
Okay. Should we replay that? Because I don't think I was yelling.
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, just to refresh my memory. So if we could go back to, was it, I think it's 11 minutes, 54 seconds. Okay, 10 minutes 32. Please.
Oh, well. No, they can't touch me, honestly. I haven't done anything wrong. This is, no. Sorry, your QID number, mate? Your QID number? Can I get that? Yep. That's nice, thank you. And you? QID number, identification?
Are you with these?
That part there, is that common practice for police to refuse showing their ID or giving their identification?
From my
That was a request I was asking of like a police officer.
that's just from my opinion and my viewpoints.
Your opinion. Okay, the police procedure, when a member of the public asks for ID of a police officer, is this common practice?
Again, I haven't had too many, but I think professionally, we're quite strict out here.
But when asked for ID, I'm just asking, is it common practice for you to refuse ID?
Again, I don't wish to comment on that. I can't state what I did.
You've been a trained police officer for 20 years. Have you ever refused your ID to a member of public?
Never.
Never. Can you just play one, please?
No,
I'm just asking for your identification. Is that right? No, I can film. It's a public place. This is a public place. Don't touch me. Yeah. Okay. I've been quite reserved, right? I've been asking this. No, I'm not. No.
Coach, pause it there, please.
Okay.
At what point we're being argumentative? This point here?
Yep. So
By challenging
basically,
lawfulness of your guys' questions?
so basically the discussion point, as you can see there, we've been asked by Councillor Hardy, certain things, you're not complying.
Do I have to comply with those
You
requests?
don't, but you're asking me whether or not these are arguments that's happening, and to me that's an argument where there's a disagreement between two people.
complying is an argument? Not complying is an argument?
No, when you are not following instructions, yeah,
Instructions which I did not have to follow?
yeah, but still, at the end of the day, when there's a disagreement, yeah, it's verbal, it's an argument from my perspective.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just trying to get clarity at this point here, because it was all about not recording in public. So I was trying to get clarity, not argument, trying to get clarification on why I was not allowed to record in public. I wasn't causing any disturbance. So I was trying to clarify with these guys, but you deemed that was an argument.
Yes.
Okay, could we play it on, please?
Okay, are you arresting me? Are you arresting me? Yep, okay, we can chat here because I need to get to Queenstown. The flight is cancelled, I need to get to Queenstown. She's been very rude. Now this lady's having a problem here, right? And you are very rude. I need to see. No, it's not in your face. No, I'm not. I'm not. Obviously you don't watch New Zealand.
Was my phone in her face at that time?
It's
Would you call that in her face? I mean, that's probably about a metre away, I'd say. Wouldn't you say it's about a metre away from your face?
less than that.
Less than that? 800 millimetres?
Well,
That's 80 centimetres?
it's still in her face.
No, it's closer to your face.
Yeah, but still in her face.
In her face. Okay.
You're not pointing at me, it's in her face.
That's your interpretation.
That's my interpretation.
Yep, fair enough. Who started physically using force?
Started
Physically using force? Who applied the physical force?
based on video, Constable Hardy.
Was this reasonable?
That's a question for her.
In your opinion?
And that's a question for her. Like I said, different officers have different PCAs.
Fair enough, but surely you have an opinion because you were there on day.
If it was, like I said, it comes down to the officer that takes the action. It's based on their interpretation of the memo. It's the one meeting. Yeah.
Would you have used force in that situation? Would you have used force if someone wasn't following your instructions?
Probably not, no.
You would not?
But not Constable Hardy. And
I realise that.
there's a lot of differences
Yes, I realise that. We're all humans, yes. We all have different emotions, correct?
different sizes, different tolerance levels,
Mhm.
etc.
Yes. Was it justified?
Again, I don't know what Constable Hardy is thinking, so I can't comment on it.
You say I was using physical aggression. Was Senior Constable Hari not physically aggressive initially towards me? You say I was physically aggressive. Was not Senior Constable Hari not physically aggressive initially towards myself?
So it's the second question. Second part of the question.
Well, just a physical aggression. Yeah, it was not Senior Constable Shree not physically aggressive initially towards myself, like additional.
Comes down to the PCA.
Who initiated the physical aggression?
Physical using force
Using force.
at that time. Constable Hardy used force.
When you suggest I was angry with Senior Constable Hari, is it because she had assaulted me?
started.
Trying to read it. You stated that I was angry with Senior Constable Haring. Is it because she had assaulted me?
Well, you can't, I don't think how you can answer that because it's, you know, it's something that was in your mind
Yeah.
and it had to do with Constable Hari. I mean, how can you possibly answer that? So it's a question you might want to put to another witness.
Right, okay.
I mean, I'm not wanting to stop you or interrupt you, but the fact
No, that's all right,
the
that's
answer to that question would be of no value to me because he's not your Constable Hari.
Yeah. From your perspective, do you know why Senior Constable Hari tried to stop me recording, why she tried to take my phone, and why she violated my rights?
Well, again, how can you answer that?
Just from his perspective. He was there at the time, he's a police officer.
But he can't make it, he's not able to make a decision as to whether the rights of violation.
Was that some more questions for the other officer?
You should be putting what you say she did to violate your rights.
At the time, you mentioned that there was COVID procedure and that's why you were wearing your mask and that, but in this video shot here, you didn't enter with the mask on?
When did the end?
Can you recall? Because I'm sure I had a mask.
Or when you were at the car?
Can you refresh my brain and record that again? Because I can't remember everything.
Was it 10 minutes? Oh, I think it's if you can just push away, please.
Excellent audits, right? Okay, you do not have the right to tell me to turn my phone off in a public place.
This is private
It's
property.
not. Oh my goodness. No, it's not. No, it's not. You do not know the law. Yep. You do not know the law. Yep. Yep. Mate.
So what's been happening? What
Okay, she's just ignoring me. I said, how are we going to get down? I said, what's the reason for the cancellation, right? You were very rude. And she goes, oh, because we've got no cabin crew. Hey? Do not. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that? No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed. No, do not. I'm telling you, bro. Do not touch me. You. No, I'm not. For what? In a public place. Okay, I'm going to ring Mark. Hang on a second. I'm going to ring Mark. Do not touch me. Do not touch me. Wait a second. I'm going to ring my lawyer. I am going. No, I'm not. I'm not. Do not touch me.
I will touch you. Out you
Mate,
go.
tell her, do not touch me. No. Wait.
Out you go.
Do not touch me. Do not touch me.
Out you go.
Do not touch me.
Out you go.
I'm telling you, do
I'm
not.
telling you.
You're touching me.
So I am wearing a mask.
Yes, you are all for that question. Correct. That's no further questions, right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any recommendations?
No, thank you.
And I have no questions. Thank you.